All right, we're starting the recording. Let's see how we do. Let's see how we do. So, I just wanted to give a brief and honest little bitty presentation on the history of Afro-Asiatic languages, which I know nothing about, admittedly. I'm not no scholar. I just done some brief look into it just now. And I'm just going to be honest of what the scholars say, not Chief X. It's some confusion on whether it started in Northeast Africa or the Levant area or with Natufians. That's the honest statement, right? Now, if I was to give my opinion, I would say it came up out of the Levant or Mesopotamia, okay? So let's just see what the experts are saying. Fuck what Chief X is saying. Fuck what Brother Ankh is saying. Listen to the experts. Neither one of us. Because neither one of us are experts. Okay, here we go. Afro-Asiatic languages, right? And let me blow this up so people can see. Afro-Asiatic languages. Bam. Also, excuse me, we're just going to define it. Also known as Afrasian, okay? Is a large language family of about 300 languages that are spoken predominantly in Western Asia, North Africa, the Horn of Africa, and parts of the Sahel. Now, we know who Western Asian people are, North African people, the Horn of Africa, or what some people may say, Northeast Africa. Okay? Those are not our people as sub-Saharan Africans, right? As West and Central Africans, right? It's another people that the language family came from. Okay? Let's continue. So there's 6 branches of it. I don't want to get into all that. I just want to go down and speak about the possible origins, okay? Roll with me. Hold on. Roll with me. And this is the honest answer without the bullshit, right? Because people like the bullshit to, okay, we're coming up on it. Okay. Date of Afro-Asiatic, right? The earliest written evidence of an Afro-Asiatic language is in ancient Egyptian inscription dated to 3400 BC, which was 5400 years ago. Symbols on the Gurzian in parentheses, Naquatatu pottery resembling resembling Egyptian hieroglyphs. Now we talked about that, and I talked about that, and how a lot of the symbols have a lot of Mesopotamian origin. We talked about that before, okay? Symbols on Gurzian pottery resembling Egyptian hieroglyphs date back to 4000 BC, suggesting earlier possible dating. This gives us a minimum date of the age of Afro-Asiatic. However, ancient Egyptian is highly divergent from Proto-Afro-Asiatic, right? And considerable time must have elapsed between them. Estimates of the date at which the Proto-Afro-Asiatic language was spoken. Now, we know for certain that the Nubians and the Nilotic people didn't even have a language or written language. Excuse me. We know that. That knocks them out the box right there. They didn't develop, the Nubians didn't develop a writing system until they were influenced by the ancient Egyptians and called Meroitic. So that just throws them out the box anyway, off the rip. But let's just see where the scholars are saying it possibly originated, the Afro-Asiatic language. Okay, estimates of the dates at which the Proto-Afro-Asiatic language was spoken vary widely. They fall in range between approximately 7,500 BC and approximately 16,000 BC. Okay? Blah, 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 blah. Okay, now here we go. Afro-Asiatic. I can't pronounce that rude. Heimat. But anyway, that means, in historical linguistics, it means the homeland or your Heimat of a proto-language is the region in which it was spoken before splitting into different daughter languages. A proto-language is the reconstructed or historically attested parent language of a group of languages that are genetically related. Okay, so it's basically saying the Afro-Asiatic, the hypothetical place where Proto-Afroasiatic language speakers lived in a single linguistic community or complex of communities before this original language dispersed geographically and divided into distinct languages, is unknown. So it's unknown by the scholars exactly what geographical area it originated. There's confusion. That's the honest answer. Now, Afro-Asiatic languages are today primarily spoken in West Asia, North Africa, and the Horn of Africa. You know they're not talking about us sub-Saharan black folk. Just put it that way. In parts of the Sahel, their distribution seems to have been influenced by the Sahara pump operating over the last 10,000 years. While there is no definitive agreement on when or where the original homeland of this language family existed, that's the honest answer, many link the first speakers to the first farmers, which is good logic. Many link the first speakers to the first farmers in the Levant. Many link the first speakers to the first farmers in what? The Levant, who would later spread to North and East Africa. Others argue the first speakers were pre-agricultural and based in Northeast Africa, which is a possibility, but Northeast Africa is not us sub-Saharan, kinky, nappy-headed Africans. Okay? An indigenous African origin in northeastern Africa, eastern Sahara, probably near the Red Sea, is supported by linguistic and archaeological data, but not undisputed. So it's all disputed. People have different opinions on where it originated. It is argued that Proto-Afro-Asiatic speakers may have migrated northwards from the region close to the Horn of Africa or eastern Sahara during the Paleolithic into modern-day Egypt and the Levant, merging with local populations as large as West Eurasian ancestry, resulting in population which would later give rise to the Natufian culture. Okay? Which is frequently associated with the early Afro-Asiatic speaking or specifically Semitic speaking communities, not you Negroes. A 2018 analysis of autosomal data. Okay, where do I want to go? Hold on, where do I want to go? 1 second, I'm about to wrap this up. Okay, so we have a video by a person trying to put together the origins of the Afro-Asiatic language, and this is what they have put together, right? So let's just watch. It's spreading across the continents. Transcontinental, it looks like to me. It looks like, again, it's transcontinental. It's in that transcontinental area. Egypt is a transcontinental place. See, none of this shit got shit to do with y'all. Now we know these Somalians, these Ethiopians, these Eritreans, and all these people all over here in the Horn got that Arab DNA. Let's just be honest. This shit did not originate with what we consider sub-Saharan Africans, or West Central Africans, or South Africans. It either originated in the Levant or Northeast Africa. The same, it kind of follows migration patterns, basically, and back migration patterns, but nothing to do with what we call black people with nappy, kinky hair. Nice try, lying Ankh. None of this language tree has anything to do with you niggas. Just look at it. Hey, tell Brother Ankh to shut the fuck up. Damn. Now, let me go back to something, because I have to do this, and I'm doing this on the fly. Right here. I have to go back to, because this is defining Afro-Asiatic languages, right? I want to go back to Proto-Afro-Asiatic. Just read what that says. Hold on. Proto-Afro-Asiatic, sometimes referred to as Proto-Afrasian, is the reconstructed proto-language from which all modern Afro-Asiatic languages are descended. 1 second. So I can see better. Okay, it's basically saying the same thing. Okay. So yeah, it has nothing to do with sub-Saharan African people at all. Okay? It's not our language family. It's not sub-Saharan African's language family at all. Um, Either the Levant, Saudi Arabia, or Northeast Africa, period. So when someone tries to place it, the language originating with us sub Saharan Africans, they are intentionally miseducating you and lying to you on purpose, which is an evil and wicked thing to do. Just wanted to share that. I'm out of here.